Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to World Kidney News. I'm your host, Steve Belcher. Thanks for joining in. Hope everyone is staying safe, staying inside, social distancing, all the above. God bless you. Just hope you're able to manage whatever you're going through um, the best you can and through the grace of God. So, again, thank you for tuning into this broadcast. So, we wanted to break away from talking about the coronavirus. It's here. We got to deal with it. Okay. However, there's still other things that need to be dealt with. All right. We have a lot of people on dialysis through diabetes and hypertension. But before we get into the broadcast, I'd like to thank uh, our partner, Dialysis Warrior Gear. Uh, this guy is, wait a minute, let me put his banner down. Michael Scott. That's Etsy. But if you're looking for any mask, he makes masks. Um, he sells two for $12. He's a dialysis warrior, transplant patient. That's one design. I mean, that's two designs, and then here's another that he makes. Again, that's his website. That's scrolling across where you can order these. Uh, Also, just put in a code or anywhere you can put in a comment that you heard about it on World Kidney News. All right. So then I'd like to thank our other sponsor, uh, Kibo Biotech, the makers of uh, this product right here, Renadil. This product right here, let me read the FDA disclaimer. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or to prevent any disease. However, there's a lot of warriors who are taking this that's gotten great results. It helps improve kidney function by reducing uremic toxin. Okay, it does something called intestinal dialysis. It uses um, probiotic, prebiotic. It's a dietary supplement. You don't need a prescription, but talk to your physician about this. Uh, Thank them guys over the Kibo. And if you're interested in this product, you can get a deal. You go to their website, www.renadil.com. Use the code Urban Kidney 2020. Get 3 bottles for $141. That's a good deal. Plus, it helps reduce the uremic toxins. So, with that being said, let's talk about something that needs to really be talked about. All right. And that is diabetes, but in particular, diabetic foot care. Share this broadcast because, again, diabetes is the leading cause of kidney failure. So if you have a lot of people on dialysis, a lot of them have diabetes. And with that, some people may get an ulcer on the bottom of their foot. Now, I want to just let's just talk about a little anatomy, just a brief anatomy and physiology, just to get if you're a diabetic, you never heard of wound care, or you just new to diabetes, or if you had diabetes and this never happened and you just want to know, let me just give you a little brief introduction of this. So Um, we're going to look at just some of the stages, right? Now, before you have a diabetic foot ulcer, you have a foot ulcer or a wound, some type of sore. Now, if you look at grade 0, you don't have any open lesions, right? Now, let me just tell you what a foot ulcer is. It's an open sore on the foot. A foot ulcer can be shallow, red crater, just like in grade 1. That's a superficial ulcer, but it's beginning, it's shallow. That involves only the surface skin. And you can see that in grade 1. A foot ulcer also can be very deep, as you see if you move up grade 3, grade 4, and if you look at grade 5, is gangrene the entire foot. A deep foot ulcer, which we see grade 5, may be a crater that extends through the full thickness of the skin. It may involve tendons, bones, and other deep structures. All right. Now, this is the thing. If you're a diabetic, and say you don't know you're a diabetic, and what if you're walking around, don't have any shoes on, and you stub your toe or cut open, and you didn't recognize or not sure what's going on down there, or you don't feel it, that can turn into something very, very problematic, as you can see, if it's not addressed. Now, a diabetic foot ulcer is an open sore or wound that occurs in approximately 15% of patients with diabetes. Let me repeat that. A diabetic foot ulcer is an open sore or wound that occurs in approximately 15% of patients with diabetes and is commonly located on the bottom of the foot. Of these who develop a foot ulcer, 6% will be hospitalized due to infection or other ulcer-related complications. Now, how many warriors? Let's see how some of it starts off. Okay. Now, this not can only happen at the bottom of your foot, right? It can happen on the side. Say if your foot is rubbing against the side of your shoe and you don't realize it and you get a blister, right? Or at the bottom of your foot. So this is, listen, this is how it starts off. You may not know. And when it gets to this point, it's hard to get it to close, heal. How many warriors unfortunately had to deal with a complication or a situation like this? If you out there, give me a thumbs up. If you know what I'm talking about, if you dealt with wound care or you're dealing with wound care right now. So let's begin the lesson on saving your feet. Diabetes foot care to limit infections and amputation risk. We know without question, we know our feet are so important. If I didn't have my feet, I couldn't stand up, right? Couldn't walk. run, do many other things. For many of us, they're our defeat or the connection to the earth. You know what I'm saying? But when we have diabetes, our precious feet are at serious risk. Here are some facts. 25% lifetime risk of a painful foot ulcer. These are people with diabetes. You got a 25% chance of a lifetime risk of a painful foot ulcer. You got a 56% chance of foot ulcers get infected. 20% of infected ulcers lead to amputation. 20% of infected ulcers lead to amputation. Many of these risks can be managed and prevented. Before we talk about how, let's look at why our feet are at risk with diabetes. I got a watch party going on. We also broadcasting live from our YouTube as well. Welcome anyone looking on our YouTube channel. Welcome. Thank you. God bless you. Please share this broadcast. Share this broadcast. We need at least 50 people. Let's make some noise, guys. Let's make some noise. You wanted kidney disease to go mainstream. Let this be mainstream because no one else is talking about saving your feet. If you got dialysis, if you got kidney disease, that is very important. If you got diabetes and kidney disease, your feet is very important. We know the coronavirus is important, but your feet is important as well. And once all this subsides, you still, if you don't have that diabetes under control, you're still going to have that, plus to watch out for your feet. So let's make this go viral. We can do this tonight. We can do this. World Kidney News. Welcome to our global supporters that's watching from UK, West Africa, South Africa, India, China, wherever you're watching. Thank you and God bless you. Now look, why does diabetes put your feet at risk? It starts with the nerves, right? It starts with the nerves. Nerves gives our body feeling and sensation. Excuse me. Diabetes causes damage to the nerves in your body. And tonight, after this, I got a special bonus education. We're going to talk about diabetes protecting your peepers, your eyes. The eyes are the window to the world. Now, again, let me tell you, if you got diabetes, you need to take this seriously, whether it's type 1 or type 2. Diabetes causes damage. It causes damage to the nerves in our body. This means that we may lose some feeling. Now, if you lose feeling in your feet, the nerves to go down, when you step in the water, you know, you're saying you run a bath water and you got, maybe it's hot and you step in it, right, tippy toe, and you reach back because it's too hot. Well, if you don't have any feeling, you can step in that hot tub and not even feel that it's hot, thus causing a blister. You may not even know you have that blister unless you check your feet. That's why you need to get a compact mirror or a big handheld mirror so you can put down and look under your feet. Check for blisters, but we're going to get to that. Again, diabetes causes damage to the nerves in our body. This means that we may lose some feeling, especially in our feet. This can make it harder to feel problems like blisters, sores, cuts, swelling. We just keep walking on the problem because you may not even feel it. You're walking, especially if you don't have transportation, you walk to the bus stop or wherever. You don't know. You just keep walking on the problem without noticing. And because diabetes makes it harder for the wound to heal, that's right, because the blood flow is not getting down to the sore to promote healing. It's not getting the nutrients. It makes it harder for wounds to heal. That's why you ask. There's many warriors that go to wound healing because they can't get the wound to heal on their foot. They're out there, ask them. You may see them come to dialysis with a black shoe on, ace bandage wrapped around, gauze under the ace bandage. And or they may have a boot on so they don't put any pressure on their sore. Ask them. They'll tell you. Oh, I got to go to wound care. I got to go to wound therapy today. I'll be late for dialysis. How many warriors watching this had to go to wound care or experienced that? Don't be ashamed. This is part of the process, and that's why we're here to educate. As you walk on your foot, and if you have a problem under and you don't notice it, this can cause a problem. And if you got diabetes, it's going to make it harder, as I said, for the wound to heal. These small problems can get seriously real quick. And let me go back. These problems, right? Walking on your foot, if you got a blister, sore, cut, swelling, and if you got diabetes, it's going to make it harder for wounds to heal. Here is an example. That's why they have wound care. If this is not noticed very quickly, it can turn in to become an ulcer if it's not treated very quickly. It could just start off as something simple as like this. Right? It could just start off simple as like that. How many people know or had the experience of getting an ulcer, it got out of control, and you had to end up getting an amputation because of it? Maybe you didn't even know or have the education. It's not your fault. It may even start off like this, as a grade 0. We got to be our own advocate. We have to. Please share this broadcast, We need all warriors who got diabetes or their family members to be watching this. You're not going to get this on a Sunday night at 9:30 p.m. Anyone giving this information. They all, let me tell you, and there's nothing against it. You got so many different broadcasts out there. You got the church broadcast, you got the corona broadcast, you got people praying broadcast, you got the discussion topics on the corona broadcast. But when it's all said and done, and when the smoke clears, when the smoke clears, right? If you haven't managed that diabetes and that A1C isn't reversed and below like 5, you still got diabetes and you're still at risk for an ulcer, a foot ulcer. 25%. If you got diabetes, lifetime risk of a painful foot ulcer. If you got diabetes now, you had it yesterday, you got it today, and you're going to have it tomorrow. That's the hard cold truth. But you know what? You can do something about it. All you need to do is be mindful and be your own advocate. That's all. So let's start with this. If you got diabetes, right, 1 or 2, and if you don't know this, because some people who may be watching this probably know everything that I'm saying and doing everything, and that's awesome. And if you are, I encourage you to share with other warriors and ask them, or if you know somebody with diabetes, ask them, are they doing steps to keep their feet safe? Every day. And I mean every day. Even in this corona pandemic, take a look at your feet in good lighting. And if your eyesight is diminished, ask someone to check your feet for you. Let me tell you a story. It's a nursing story. So maybe about 10 years ago, right? Maybe 15. Yeah, about 15 years ago, we used to do, and they probably still do it, but they probably don't do it now because of coronavirus. But we used to have to do diabetic foot checks with DaVita. With DaVita and Fresenius. A lot of patients, if you watching this and you've been on dialysis a while, you may have, and if you diabetic, you may remember where we asked you to take off your shoes, socks. Hey, I don't mean to laugh, but man, we used to hate to do it. I ain't gonna lie, especially with some people that you knew that didn't keep their hygiene up, because there are people on dialysis that it's the truth. They don't keep their hygiene up. They may be homeless, whatever the case may be. And we used to have to say, Mr. So-and-so, we have to do foot checks. And now they could refuse. And a lot of times we would hope that would happen. I ain't gonna lie. But for the most part, we used to do foot checks at the unit. We had these little things, right? Little white tip, like prong. And, we used to touch the patient's foot, the bottom, to see if they could feel it, just to see if they had any sensation. We had to check for calluses, wounds, and then we document it and let them know. But I tell you, we used to hate to do that. I'm not gonna lie. But every day, take a look at your feet in good lighting. If you can't do it, have a family member do it. You may need to use a mirror also. I mentioned that. Get a mirror, look, put your feet over it or under your foot so you can look down for any blisters or anything like that. You can also have a helper take a look for you. It only takes about 30 seconds. And that can save your feet if you see something and you pick it up right when it's starting to happen and you address it. That can let me just go back to this. That can be the difference. Like, look at this. You see that? That could be the difference of going from grade 0 or like grade 1, where you see the superficial ulcer, to going to like grade 4, grade 3, when it becomes a problem. You don't want that. Down to grade 5, you got to get your foot amputated. It's infected all the way around, all the way around. Let me just. So just be aware of what's going on, okay? It takes only 30 seconds to check the bottom of your feet. Now, let me tell you what are the most common problems to look for and how to treat them. Now, let me just put this up before I say this. We here at Urban Health Outreach Media, World Kidney News, education disclaimer: the information broadcast on Urban Health Outreach Media is provided for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. And with that being said, let's talk about some of the most common problems to look for if you're diabetic and how to treat them. Blisters. Clean the blister very gently with soap and water. Try not to break the skin. Cover the blister with antibiotic cream or ointment. Then cover with a bandage or similar. Repeat this process daily. If the blister gets worse or doesn't go away within a month, call your doctor. Don't hesitate, guys. Call them. That could be the difference between turning something small like that into getting your a toe or something amputated down the road. Athlete's foot or fungus. Use tenactin or other athlete's foot treatment according to the directions. You got to make sure you look at those directions. If it doesn't heal quickly, call your doctor right away. Corn or bunion. Talk to your doctor. A podiatrist, which is a foot doctor, can treat these problems before they become serious. Never try to remove, and I repeat, never try to remove a corn or a bunion on your own. Sores. Call your doctor right away if you see a sore when you do that check on your foot, right? With the mirror, or you have someone help you. And don't be ashamed to ask somebody. Heck no, right? Bring somebody in there. If you don't think you can see it, ask somebody to come in and help you out with that. Don't even be ashamed of talking about you don't want nobody to see your feet or this or that. Hey, damn that. I rather for my feet to be jacked up, but I wouldn't want them to be amputated. Nothing like that. Especially if I had diabetes and I had limited vision or something like that. That would be the last thing that I would be ashamed of. Warmth, redness, or swelling. And you look under your foot, if you see some warmth, redness, or swelling, call your doctor right away or the podiatrist. But I would employ get a foot doctor if you have diabetes and you've been having some foot issues. Most patients who do have this problem already deal with a wound care doctor or a podiatrist. If you're experiencing warmth, redness, or swelling, this could be a sign of an infection, right? It could be a sign of infection. So that's why you want to call right away. All right, guys, we got about 30 minutes. No, about 40. About 40 minutes. But let's get up to 50 people in here, man. Let's make this go viral. World Kidney News. There's no other broadcast out there named World Kidney News. All right. Now, let's move on to another common problem. Ingrown toenail. Follow the same directions that I mentioned above for the blister, right? Clean the blister very gently with soap and water. Try not to break the skin. But with this, it says avoid ingrown toenails by cutting straight across the toenail. This gives the toenail a square shape. Do not cut a rounded shape. Let's make this go viral, guys. World Kidney News. I am your host, Steve Belcher. Thanks for joining if you're just tuning in. If you got any doubt at all, any doubt, anything I said, any doubt about the material, information, or problems with your foot, call your podiatrist because it may save your foot. Now, let's talk about preventing foot problems, right? Let's talk about preventing foot problems. I want to do that when I come right back. What's going on? What's going on? I'm back. World Kidney News special broadcast. Save your feet. I'm your host, Steve Belcher. So look, let's talk about preventing the foot problems. Here are some easy tips to keep your feet as healthy as possible. Go to the podiatrist for an annual exam. This is so important. 2, wear thick and comfortable socks. 3, avoid walking around barefoot. Very important, guys. That's a no-no, especially if you're diabetic. Even to the bathroom at night. How many people got up at night, right, and went to the bathroom and hit your foot against your bed, against something on the floor, you didn't see it, bumped in like, damn. You're like, oh, I've done it. I've done it many times. So wear socks or slippers around the house. Even if you got to get up to go to the bathroom, maybe have some thick socks or your bedroom slippers right next to you. I tell you, it's a lifesaver. Wear tennis shoes when you can. Tight dress shoes and heels can cause blisters, corn, or bunions. Let me repeat that. Tight dress shoes and heels can cause blisters, corn, or bunions. Trim and file your toenails regularly. Remember to cut them straight and not too short. Exercise daily. This could be as easy as taking a short walk. A short walk. I mean, I know with the corona days, we're here with that. You can go out back, do some calisthenics. Of course, check with your doctor, but you can take a walk up your block, down the street, maybe around the block. I mean, and if somebody's walking past you, just move over 6 to 8 feet. I mean, you can't stay in a house and eat and not do anything, especially if you have diabetes. You can't do that because you could probably throw your blood sugar out of whack. I mean, it's people that are doing it. I'm not saying that it's not. All right. But these people are very mindful. They're dedicated and they're serious about their health. But you got some people who are not in that position. And that's the last thing that they're thinking about. It's just the cold, hard truth. So if you can get out each day just to walk up the street, walk back down, get some fresh air, please do it. And of course, wear a mask. And if you need a mask, you can reach out to Michael Scott with Dialysis Warrior Gear. He makes them. So reach out to him. Let me put his information across. If you don't have a mask, he's selling 2 for $10. I'm sorry, for $12. My fault. But yeah, look, even if you can't exercise, at least wiggle your feet and toes. Do this for about 5 minutes, 3 times a day. Wiggle your feet and toes. This gets the blood flowing. Also, you may want to talk to your doctor about shoe insoles or orthotics. Those are what they put on the bottom of your feet in your shoes. Also, check for cracked skin. Check for cracked skin. Examine between with the mirror your feet, right? Especially if you had low vision. Feel for bumps or temperature changes. After you get out the shower, dry your feet very well, and especially between the toes. Also, don't use a heating pad on your feet if you have diabetes, if your feet hurt. Avoid high heels, as we mentioned, and tight shoes, dress shoes. Don't pop the blisters if you see a blister on the bottom of your feet. Change socks daily. Use thick cotton socks. All right, guys. So that's it for Save Your Feet, Diabetes Foot Care to Limit Infections and Amputation. Now I'm going to talk about, in this last part, protect your peepers. Share this broadcast, guys. Share. I know. I mean, look, diabetes is the leading cause of kidney disease. Leading cause and kidney failure. And there's more than 700,000 people with this. And out of those many people, how many you think got diabetes? And how many people who got diabetes now that's not on dialysis, but that's heading down that road? Right? They're just marching. Don't even know. Marching. Grabbing the foods, the fatty acids and stuff like that. Trans fat, getting the foods, eating it. Don't even know. Marching to dialysis. Look. This is serious. I can't tell you how many people I know who have diabetes, kidney warriors that lost their eyesight or reduced their vision, got amputations, finger, foot, and other complications behind diabetes and didn't even know because they had other things going on. They didn't get the information, just so overwhelmed with other comorbidities other than kidney disease, right? So if you got kidney disease, you got diabetes, hypertension, other issues going on that have to be addressed. And one may forget about trying to protect their eyes and their feet. So that's why we wanted to do this broadcast right here on World Kidney News. So let's get into it. Protect your peepers. Diabetes and eye care. Eyes, let me tell you, eyes are the window to the world. And I can tell you, as someone who had a torn retina, I don't have diabetes. I do have stage 1 kidney disease. I don't have diabetes, but I got a torn retina, which reduced my vision in my right eye. This was over a 2-month span. I cannot tell you the anxiety, the fear that I experienced with that reduced vision. So let me tell you, eyes are very, very important. Again, they are the windows to the world. Unfortunately, diabetes can cause problems for our eyes. Damn, that's the unfortunate thing. Thankfully, good diabetes control and eradication. Not just control, because if you control diabetes, you still have it. You want to get rid of it. That's by reversing that A1C, especially if you got type 2. If you control and manage diabetes, you still have diabetes. Let's get rid of it by removing and stripping away that fat, that same fat that causes heart disease, those fatty, those fat cells that comes from saturated fats. Those are the same fat cells that block the sugar from getting into the cells. We got to get rid of that so the sugar can get it, so the insulin can put the sugar in the cells. So eradicating and good diabetes control temporarily, because we want to get rid of this diabetes thing, if you can, with type 2, can help protect your eyesight, guys. It really can. Why does diabetes put your eyes at risk? Well, let me explain to you. Eyes are filled with tiny blood vessels. How many warriors had blood vessels pop in their eyes and your eyes was all red, bloodshot red? Come on, give me a thumbs up if you experienced that. Eyes are filled with tiny blood vessels. These tiny blood vessels bring fresh blood to our eyes so they stay healthy. When our blood has too much sugar in it, too much, that sugar doesn't just affect your feet. It can affect your heart and your eyes. When our blood has too much sugar in it, these little tiny vessels can get clogged. They can get clogged and cannot bring fresh blood and oxygen to your eyes. This can cause vision problems. It can. And these are the vision problems. Retinal detachment. You ask how many warriors out there had a retina detachment or some issues with their retina. Give me a thumbs up if you're watching this and you had some issues with your retina. I had a retina detachment, not a detachment, but a retina tear, right? So if you had issues, give me a thumbs up, because this is one of the issues that can occur as a result of diabetes. Steve, you may say, what is retinal detachment? What is retinal detachment? Why I hear this? Why do I hear patients having a retinal detachment, going to the eye doctor, getting their retina checked? Well, let me tell you. Retinal detachment is when weak blood vessels bleed, okay, pushing the retina away from the eye. This isn't good at all, guys. Our retina does a big job, a big job to help us see. It really does. It takes in light from the world, right? Like right now, my retina is taking in everything. When the retina is damaged, oh God, when it's damaged, we got big trouble. We got big trouble. You better ask somebody. If you got diabetes and you have retina issues, give me a thumbs up. I mean, it ain't pretty, but if you recovered from it or if you experienced it, let people know. Diabetes is nothing to joke about. This ain't. And that's why we here wanting to give this information at 9:56 p.m. ED time. And we appreciate the many people that may be watching this broadcast, either on my watch party or just the broadcast or YouTube, because we know you could be anywhere else watching any other distraction, because that's what this is a distraction. However, it's a distraction with an educational message. It's a distraction with an educational message if you have diabetes type 2, kidney disease, high blood pressure, or if you're at risk for diabetes. This is an educational distraction, and we hope you get something from it. So retinal detachment is when weak blood vessels bleed, pushing the retina away from the eye. And this isn't good, guys. Our retina does a big job to help us see. It takes in light from the world. When it is damaged, we have trouble seeing. We have trouble seeing. I had trouble seeing with a torn retina. Scared me half to death. Having panic attacks, waking up, can't see out my right eye, blurred. I don't ever want to experience that again. Even when I think about it, it just sends butterflies to my stomach and chills. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. If it wasn't for Stephanie Mo Davis to manage me through that process, damn. So if this is not treated, the retinal detachment, it can definitely lead to blindness. I know many warriors who have told me they're blind in their left or right eye. This ain't nothing to joke about. Glaucoma is another vision problem. Glaucoma. This is when abnormal blood vessels cause pressure to be put on the optic nerve. Our optic nerve sends what our eyes see to our brain. It's a super important job, man. That optic nerve sends what you see to your brain. When this nerve is squeezed, our brain has trouble seeing. It requires treatment. In some cases, glaucoma can lead to blindness or cause blindness. Symptoms of diabetic vision problem. There are some symptoms. And if you got diabetes and you're not on dialysis right now, you're watching this broadcast, you may experience some of these symptoms that I'm going to talk about. And if you do, I highly recommend you going to see an eye doctor, ophthalmologist, or a retina specialist. But first you had to see an ophthalmologist. And then wherever it's wrong, you go from there. So you don't even have to be on dialysis, right? You can have diabetes right now and watching this. Don't even know you got kidney disease. You could be in stage 2 or 3. And you could have diabetes right now watching this. And not even be on dialysis, but have diabetes. These are symptoms of diabetic vision problems that you should be aware of. Share this broadcast so other people can see it, their family members. God, please, in the name of Jesus, please share this broadcast. Talk to your doctor if you notice any of the following problems. Blurry vision, a biggie. Blurry vision. Trouble seeing clearly. Don't think it's smoke in your eyes or something like that. If you have blurry vision, trouble seeing clearly, definitely call your doctor. Or floaters, those little tiny black things, little black specks that float across your vision. I had them. That's how I knew something was going on. My whole field of vision, my whole vision field was covered with black dots. Long, stringy ones. Scared me to death. Wouldn't go away. Something that you want to pat away. That's why I had the eye patch on, because at least I didn't have to see it. See, I blocked that light coming in. Double vision. That's another problem. Symptom of diabetic vision problem. Double vision. Trouble focusing on an object or seeing two of an object. All right. Preventing vision problems. Here are some easy ways to keep your eyes as healthy as possible. 1, go to an eye doctor for a yearly exam. 2, ask for a dilated eye examination. 3, catching a problem early usually means treatment is possible. 4, control your blood sugar. High blood sugar damages. Again, high blood sugar damages the blood vessels in the eye. So control it. Keeping blood sugar controlled or eradicated helps avoid this damage. Let's protect those eyes, guys. Let's protect them. You have you have a choice before it gets worse. You have a choice. Again, I want to thank everyone who watched this broadcast tonight, because I know you could be watching anything else during this pandemic. And we're just fortunate and glad that we can be here this evening. Thank God, to do another broadcast to share information and knowledge to our audience. And as I leave, again, I'd like to thank our sponsors. We have Dialysis Warrior Gear, makers of face mask. There's another option. And then our sponsor, Kibo, the makers of the Reno Deal product, which is a probiotic and prebiotic dietary supplement. And what it does, it helps maintain healthy kidney function. There it is right there. If you put that up, if you want to try this, if you, I encourage you to go to the website, scrolling across the screen, www.renadal.com. Do your own research. They do have 3 bottles for $141. Used code Urban Kidney 2020 to get that that deal. I'd like to share also that Renadil, which is a dietary supplement, has not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, and it is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or to prevent any disease. Let me go to our comments before I check out. Hello, Kathy Mullen. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Chapranika. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you. Hey, Kathy, God bless you. No, you can't. You can. I didn't have diabetes and I got it, a torn retina. It can happen with age as well. That's what they told me as you get older. Mine happened because of the vitreous gel separated and it tore the retina. The gel separated from the retina. Jared Brown. Hey, yes, man. Let's make some noise. Thanks for tuning in. We got Jared A. Brown, host of Warriors Quest that airs every Wednesday at 8:30 right here on Urban Health Outreach Media. Absolutely. Wash your hands. Oh man, your dad had diabetes and he had, okay. Wow. Elbow cough. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see you're gonna be buying some masks as well. Okay, Mike. Make sure if you buy some masks from Etsy that you put on there a note that you saw this on Urban Health Outreach Media or World Kidney News. Finally have internet again. Hope not last for the shows. Oh man, hey man. Oh, late for the show. Yeah, but you can go back, man. Good to see you, Kevin. God bless you. I'm glad you're staying safe. Hey Leslie, thank you for joining. God bless you. Tell your mom I said hello and I hope she's doing well, recovering nicely. Yeah, Jed, let's go. You know, I had to get ready behind the scenes. But guys, again, we're going to be on here as long as it takes to get this information out there to help you guys make it through this process with this pandemic. We're going to try to come across with some great shows, some great distractions. And also these distractions will be educational. That's the good thing. Educational, something that you can use, right? This Friday, I encourage you, if you have if you're a kidney warrior, family member of a kidney warrior, transplant, and if you want to be a part of a support group, I encourage you to sign up or join the Urban Kidney Alliance Patient and Family Virtual Support Group. You won't be disappointed. Our first meeting is this Friday from 9:30 to 10:30 on on in the group. These virtual broadcasts are going to be inside the Urban Kidney Alliance Patient and Family Virtual Support Group. That's the only way you're going to see this broadcast. But what's so unique about it is only the group members will see this. But in the group, whatever topic we're talking about, we're going to have a facilitator and a co-facilitator, and we're going to have 4 people, whoever 4 wants to come. We're going to put out a topic, and the facilitator and the co-facilitator are going to talk about it. And we're going to give you the option of 4 people. If you are dealing or experiencing that particular topic and you want to talk about it or just get it out, express, you'll have an option. You can do it on the feed while you're watching the show, or we can send you a link and you can come on the show and talk about it, and everybody can see you and you can talk, almost like if you was in a group support meeting in a brick or mortar, if you was going outside your house. But the difference here is when you want to share something, you have that option to share on the feed, or we send you a link. You just say, guys, send me a link, or you reach out to us before Friday, or well, you won't know what the topic is, but say when Friday come and I put out when I make the first broadcast, the topic is going to be on there, and I share it to the group. And once you see it in the group and you see that topic, you can either send me, Tamika, Jared, Lisa Baxter, Uncle Jim, Don Edwards, inbox, or even post it right there under that broadcast that I want to participate, right? And we're going to have 4 people. If we get more than 4, once everybody says it's an hour, so Just like in the group meetings in the brick and mortar, you got to limit your sharing so everybody can share. And so maybe like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever. And once you finish sharing, if somebody else want to share, well, the other person will share out of those 3. And then if somebody in the feed wants to come in and share, we'll send them the link. We'll bring you on. If you want to share, you share, and we'll keep it rotating. There's no other group, right? There's no other group that's doing anything like this. I mean, you got groups out there. God bless them, and I thank them for having them. But there's no group now that will allow you to come on the broadcast, share your thoughts and feelings, right, with other people who are experiencing the same feelings. You're not alone. Not alone. We just need you to be, if you want to be a part of the group, it's your choice. We're not going to go out and beg people to be a part of the support group. We know that we can't have a support group of 1,000 people and manage a 1,000 people support group. It's just impossible. Or even maybe 100. You know, we don't know at what point where we'll stop accepting people in the Urban Kidney Alliance Patient and Family Virtual Support Group. But we want to make it personal, where one are able to build and foster trust, right? Camaraderie, be united, supportive, empathize. We're not looking to tear down, judge, especially judge on race, creed, color, gender. None of that. Because remember, regardless, black, white, rich, poor, gay, straight, whatever, if you got kidney disease, you're a member. That's all you need to be a member, or be a family member of someone with kidney disease, or a caregiver. That's your membership right there. Just like with AA, the membership is just all you need is to be an alcoholic, or NA, Narcotics Anonymous. You have to be an addict to join. Same with Urban Kidney Alliance Patient and Family Virtual Support Group. Have kidney disease, family member kidney disease, caregiver. That's it. That's the common denominator. So guys, thank you. Let me just give you this lineup, and we're going to put it out there. So World Kidney News is every Sunday at 9 p.m. The Lisa Baxter Show every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Warriors Quest every Wednesday, 8:30 to 9:30. Urban Reno Talk with Tamika and Steve every Thursday from 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Kidney Story 2 with Uncle Jim every first and last Friday of each month from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Daytime. And occasionally on Tuesday, we will have kidney disease education moment or smashing kidney disease. Again, we're here for you. Education, entertainment, collaboration, so you can be distracted with life-saving information, not gloom and doom and be worried. Because again, once this coronavirus is gone or whatever happens after this, you're still going to have diabetes and hypertension and drug makers and all that still going to be around. Oh, to what link? Oh, to our YouTube? But I think I saw Chapranika. Thank you so much. I saw where you subscribe. God bless you. God bless you. Wendy, I had a transplant Friday night about 6:30. My sugar went crazy since having it. It was good before the transplant. Everything with actual surgery went well though. Oh, Wendy, God, wait a minute. You had a transplant even in the midst of this pandemic? Where are you what state are you from? We would love to have you on the show to share that experience of having a transplant through this pandemic. Wow, please, Jared, Don, somebody please reach out to Wendy, get her information. This would be a great show to have you on. That's if you want or to your liking, but I didn't know they were still doing transplants. Okay. Chapranika said I had liver kidney transplant August 2019 and your sugar elevated. Is it under control now? I would like to know. Look at this guy. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna look it up. It sounds like German. But guys, thank you so much for joining the broadcast. Again, World Kidney News every Sunday night from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Daytime. I kind of went over about 14 minutes. So thank you for watching. She said somewhat. Oh, okay. Okay, got you. But thank you, Chapanika. Also, check out our page, Urban Health Outreach Media on Facebook. Let me find it. This is the YouTube channel. And then on Facebook, this is where we, I'm sorry, wrong one. Let me go back up. Yeah, that's our Facebook. So got 2 more comments. Let me call it a night. Oh, what did that mean? Is that German? Did I get cussed out or called a derogatory name? Jared? Huh? All right, let me see. Wendy says, yes, they called me to Advent Health in Orlando, Florida. They had a kid under 10 in a wreck and had to do it then and there. Wow. Had a neighbor donating and was put on hold with him. What? But living donors not doing, but deceased have to. Wow. Oh, Wendy, please, can you come on and we got to reach out to Wendy and have her on ASAP, man. God bless you, Wendy. Congratulations. Seriously, congratulations. God bless you. condolence to the family of the 10-year-old. My prayers are with them. But wow, in the midst of this pandemic, wow. So, Jared, is it good or bad? I'm just waiting on to hear. All you gotta do is say yes or no. Well, I guess he didn't. Jared's not going to comment, so it must be bad. Because if it was good, he would have put. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I want to YouTube. I want to look this up. So what's going on, Jared? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, man. I was, only. Thank you, man. Phew. Only thing I know in German, because I've been there to Germany, is the Bahnhof, the train station, goldish, beautiful, and schnitzel, Jaeger beer, and pommes frites. That's the only thing I remember. So thank you guys. We want to reach out to you, Wendy. It sounds like you got an awesome story, and we would love to have you on the broadcast. And thank you. Thank you for chiming in and even watching the broadcast, even after getting your transplant Friday. Wow. God bless you. Keeping you in our thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery. And hopefully we can get you on to do a show to share your story and share your journey. God bless you. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great evening. Good night. And please stay safe. Be careful. Don't panic, but be prepared. And let's just try to get through this. All right. God bless you. Take care. Peace.